Chapter 5. Conflict Avoidance. Conflict avoidance is one of the quietest and most dangerous pathways to infidelity, because from the outside this couple looks very healthy. They don't fight much, they're polite to each other, they get along, and there's no drama. But underneath, important things are never being said. And what isn't said doesn't disappear. It turns into distance, resentment, loneliness, and emotional hunger. What conflict avoidance really looks like in adults. It's not fear of yelling. It's fear of disappointing your partner, hurting their feelings, creating tension, being seen as needy, rocking a stable relationship, starting a conversation you don't know how to finish. So they silence themselves to keep the peace. They think this is kindness, but psychologically it creates emotional isolation. What happens internally? They start having thoughts like, I wish they would, but it's not a big deal. I don't want to complain. It's fine. I'll deal with it. I don't want to start something. So they adapt. They have lower needs. They swallow feelings. They become the easy partner. And slowly, they stop feeling known. Why does this create vulnerability to an affair? Because when someone new comes along, they don't have that history of tiptoeing. They speak freely. They express opinions, feelings, and frustrations openly. And the conflict avoidant person feels something surprising. I can be myself here without worrying. They feel emotionally relaxed for the first time in years. That relief becomes attachment, the critical psychological shift. They don't think, I like this person. They think, I don't have to manage myself around this person. That is incredibly powerful. Lena and Tom, married 10 years. Tom is kind, dependable, and loving. Lena is thoughtful, caring, and very conflict avoidant. Over the years, Lena has stopped saying things like, I wish we spent more quality time together. I feel overwhelmed. I need more affection. I feel lonely sometimes. Because Tom works hard, provides well, and she doesn't want to seem ungrateful. So she becomes low maintenance. Tom thinks everything is fine because Lena never complains. Internally, Lena feels slightly lonely, slightly unseen, slightly disconnected, but nothing dramatic enough in her mind to bring up. So she carries it quietly. At work, she befriends a colleague. He's expressive, emotionally open, and talkative. He asks her how she feels about things. He shares his own frustrations and thoughts freely. She finds herself talking openly in a way she hasn't in years. She laughs more, talks more, feels lighter. What's happening psychologically? She isn't attracted to him. She's attracted to the feeling of not having to suppress herself. She doesn't have to be the easy partner with him. The shift. She starts sharing small personal frustrations about life, then about her relationship. He listens and validates her. This creates emotional intimacy very quickly because she's starving for expression. Why does this turn into an affair? Because she begins associating him equals emotional freedom. Home equals emotional restraint, and without realizing it, her emotional connection transfers. Not out of desire, out of relief, the tragic irony. Tom would have listened, Tom would have cared deeply, but Lena's fear of conflict prevented the very conversations that would have saved the relationship from this path. The core psychological truth. Conflict avoidance doesn't keep relationships peaceful. It keeps partners emotionally unknown to each other. And the first person who makes them feel emotionally safe to speak freely can feel like a profound connection. Why is this preventable? Couples who avoid this normalize saying things like, this feels small, but I want to say it. I'm afraid this will sound like complaining. I don't want this to turn into distance between us. They treat small discomforts as important early, so they don't grow into emotional gaps later. Because when someone feels they cannot safely express themselves at home, they will eventually feel relief expressing themselves somewhere else.